Hello, everyone. I'm not sure this mic is working. Let's see, make sure it's working. Let's see. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second. Okay, it's working. All right. So, hello, everyone. Welcome to Daily Dose of Hope, day 335. My name is Jason, and I'm here for Daily Dose of Hope. And so you may ask yourself what a Daily Dose of Hope is, and that's what it is. It's just a daily dose of hope because my guides have told me that the energies on our planet have been increasing, and as they do, things start to get wackier and wackier, as they have been. And so a daily dose of hope is just an attempt to walk down that middle line. You know, there's the yin and yang symbol, and in between those yin and yang symbols, there's a line. And that's the line. It's a very thin line. It's hard to see, but that's the line that we try to walk down, understanding that the polarities are there, but we're not a part. They're not a part of us. We are in peace. We're just following our hearts. We're just going down our path. And so we're not ignoring anything. We know it's all there. It's not like we're putting our head in the sand or anything. It's like, okay, I see all the stuff that's going on, but I understand that I have my path as well. And that everything that we see has a reason. Everything that we see has a reason. We just don't know what it is. So for us to jump into judgment, like this is a bad thing, this is a good thing, all we're going to do is just make our ride that much more complicated. Rather than that, just seeing it all playing out and understanding that there is a wonderful reason for everything. And also what the guides have told me is that the light has already won. You just haven't realized it yet. So, hey, Michael. Hey, welcome. Good timing. Yeah. So what I wanted to talk about today, first, just share the background here. This is my site, and there's a whole bunch of different stuff on here. There's spiritual guidance and sound healing, and then the community. Spiritual guidance thing, we have a new thing here where you can do 15 or 1 question sessions, right? You can ask 1 question. And then there's 30-minute sessions and 60-minute sessions, and testimonials and stuff. And then we also have the Lightworker community, which you can join. And with the Lightworker community, there's all kinds of stuff here. All the live Q&A questions since 2023. So 2 years, almost 2 years of monthly live Q&A sessions. So it's a lot of stuff there, a lot of material. And every month there's sound baths. So at the moment there's almost 36, 20, or almost 30 sound baths on there too. So if you're interested, you can just go to the offerings here and click on that, and it's right here, Lightworker. Okay. So that's that. Now I wanted to share, so recently I've been really into different things, and I was talking about radon before, and I was talking about this idea that's called hormesis. So hormesis is where you take small dosages of something that's usually not good for you, and that triggers your immune system to heal itself. And that's called hormesis. And this is from the National Library of Medicine, the NIH. If you want to check that out there. The guy's name is T.D. Lucky. He's very lucky. So in Japan, they have these radon baths, and they also have them all over the place, all over the world. And so what I wanted to share was, so today, my brother sent me, I got some uranium glass. Yay! So this is, it's called Vaseline glass or Vaseline glass. I'm sure you probably have heard about it before because it's becoming a thing now. But it's made with very small trace amounts of uranium. And people who are into antiques and stuff like that, like my family, they all know about it. It's everywhere. And if you shine a fluorescent light on it, it glows. But it's kind of light. It's the afternoon here, so you probably won't be able to see it. But you can see it glowing a bit, right? So there's just a small amount of uranium in it, and they used to make these glasses and bowls and everything. And but they stopped right around I think it was the war time, because they needed the uranium to make nuclear weapons and stuff like that. But anyway, they used to make it. They used to put glass. So now online, if you read about it online, they'll say, don't drink out of it. Don't drink out of it, But when have I ever listened to that? But the idea is there's small amounts of uranium in here. It's not enough to like cause you harm or anything like that. But I find it very interesting that this treatment has gone. It used to be, I think, all over the world, people used to use the healing waters. Like in Japan, they have the onsens, the hot springs, and each hot spring has all kinds of stuff, and it has uranium, has lithium, and all these different things. And there are, there's radon and all that kind of stuff, and it's it's throughout the history of Japan that we know of. It's been used, and these healing waters were used all over the world. I mean, if you really think about it, just think about ocean water. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff in there that we're not really. And people used to go to the ocean for health reasons. It wasn't just to bathe and to be seen and play beach volleyball. It was because of the minerals and all of the stuff that's in the ocean water. And I think it's really similar to hot springs, except it's colder usually. But anyway, so that I wanted to share that. Kind of excited about that. So thanks, Matt, for that. That's really cool. I can't wait to drink out of it. It just came about like 10 minutes ago. So, yeah. And hold on, share this window. Okay. And so I found a site here. And this is a site about, so you use a meter to test how much radiation is in what you have. And then you can, so this is from Lucky's study, TD Lucky's study, and modified by Jerry Cutler. And this is the graph that you use. So you use a Geiger counter or something, and yeah, so it's pretty cool. Interesting stuff. Here's more. This is more uranium glass. They used to make it for everything. And you'll find it all over the place if you go to antique shops, at least on the East Coast. It's just like everywhere you go, it's just like more. But it's really interesting stuff. So that's what I wanted to share about that today. So, hey, Katie, welcome. And Micah, you said that's cool. Oh my goodness, yes. So yeah, I'm excited to drink out of it. Speaking of radon too. I know we weren't talking about radon, but speaking of radon, they even sell radon rocks on Amazon here in Japan. So you can buy these radon rocks and you put them in your bath, and you can become irradiated. Now, also, I'm not a medical practitioner by any means, so I can't give any advice about this stuff. It's just these are things that fascinate me. But please do your own research. It fascinates me that some countries, the difference in laws in different countries, what's okay, what's not okay. And I found that it was interesting. Just like the, snake, what is it called? Snake oil medicine. That a lot of this stuff, they call it like snake oil medicine, the old medicine, the medicine that used to be used for years and years that always worked. It's just like snake oil medicine, right? So it's a very interesting idea. There were a lot of, I'm not going to go into that one, but anyway, I think you could research that one, find out about it. But today I just wanted to share my uranium glass. Woohoo! Pretty cool. So I'm excited about it. Yeah. So now I'm going to go into a channeling. I want to ask. So there's a lot of chatter on all of the social media about Japan these days, and about whenever people say that something's about to happen on a certain date, you always have to be a little bit suspicious, because most of the time they're selling that thing that seems to be being sold a lot these days is a lot of hopium. They're selling hopium, and so hope is good, but hopium is dangerous. So on the Daily Dose of Hope, we're all about hope. We're not about hopium. So hopium is where you put all of your eggs in this one date. So for example, here in Japan, something's about to happen. There's a whole bunch of things that are happening. And so on April 1st, something's about to happen, but there's no visible proof of it on that day. But it's just like a big thing that people are talking about. And so people are putting a lot of energy onto it. And when you put a lot of energy onto it, you make it more powerful, and you can tend to create it. But with this hopium, what happens is that date comes and what you were hoping for doesn't happen. And then you lose all hope. And then not just for that date, but then for everything else that you had hope for. So that's what hopium is, a very dangerous thing. And so it's really important whenever you hear a date like next month or this date, this is going to happen. Unless it's, from an official source and they're saying, they're promising this thing, which is different. But I mean, if it's just without proof or without a real proof, but just maybe generally around this time, be very careful, because your hope is necessary in these times. You need it. Your hope is necessary to keep you peaceful, to keep you happy. So always take everything that you hear with a grain of salt, even from me, with a grain of salt. So if I start talking about this date, this is going to happen, just be like, all right, taking a grain of salt with this guy. Because with the guides, they can only give you probabilities, general probabilities. They don't know, because we're all co-creating this whole thing, and we're all just all over the place. So, and Michael, you say, go radioactive beach. Yes. It's good. All right. So, so I wanted to, about the Japan thing, just to give you a little heads up on what's happening in Japan now, is that in America, eggs are very expensive, right? Everyone's talking about the price of eggs. In Japan, rice is getting more and more expensive. And rice is, as you probably know, a staple food here. I eat rice morning, afternoon, night. Just everything. And so do a lot of people. So without rice, that's a staple food, and so it's getting more and more expensive, and you can't find it. I can't find it on all the different dealers online. There's no rice. They're all sold out, and the season, the harvest is in September, so it's like we got a long ways to go before the harvest time, and even the harvest stuff is sold out. People are already buying the stuff before it is even sold. They're reserving it. And so Japan has this reserve of rice. They have a whole bunch of silos. I don't know if they're silos, but big places where they have a lot of rice. And they've started, or will start, releasing some of that rice into the market. Help with the price, and so that's happening. So that's a scary thing, for it's just like the toilet paper scare, right? It's scary. It's just like, wow, you can't get rice, how are you going to live, right? So it's one of those things that it's a fear tactic, and never listen to the fear. Everything's always going to be okay. You just have to trust that. You have to walk that middle path and understand that these are stories that are playing out. And same with the eggs, same with the gasoline. But that's that's one thing that's happening. And then there's a big election coming up, and the leader at this moment isn't super popular. And then there's talk about this new internet censorship bill that might go through. And then there's also talk about this emergency kind of what's that called? Emergency alert, that they might put Japan on a certain emergency because of a lack of food or something like that. So all these things are kind of hovering in the air. And April is the beginning of the year here in Japan. Spring is when everything starts here. That's when school starts. That's when new business, new jobs start. Everything starts in spring. So it's just like if you want to put fear into someone, you just put it into April, because everyone's just running all over the place and they're already worried about everything. And then you just put a little bit more and so I'm not a big fan of that phrase, but I think it's a nothing burger. Just who would order a nothing burger, right? But anyway, so I think it's just a big nothing burger. But I wanted to share that's what's happening here. It's the same old tactic always, just fear. But that's fine. That's what we're here for. We're here to see the fear and say, okay, but I'm walking my middle path. Maybe that story's playing out. Let it play out the way it needs to. Maybe some people need to go through it, but we don't have to go through it. We know that we're going to be taken care of. We know that the universe has our back. No matter what happens, no matter how this whole, we don't know how the world's going to go. We have no idea. Maybe this will happen, maybe it won't. But the one thing that we know is that the universe has our back, and that we always will find a way. And that's always important in all of these different things. Like, we're going to find our way. We're walking that middle path slowly. We're not jumping into fear or judgment or anger. Just, yeah. We're just like drinking out of our uranium glasses and saying, go beach, whatever it is that you want to do. So, but I wanted to just share that. I think there's a lot of stuff going on, and there's a lot of people that are using that fear and thriving on it. I don't know. I don't understand that, but I guess it's everyone's got their thing. But it's really important to just stay in that middle path and just ride the waves. Understand, whoa, that's pretty crazy, but we're just going to keep going and see how it goes, So I'm going to go into a channeling. I'm going to ask if they have anything to add to that or anything else that they want to say for today. Where are we at? March 25th, 2025. Ooh, wow, I'm getting a lot of those 2525s. I have to look that up on Joanne's site. So here we go. Here we go. Greetings, we are that one that you know of as Sanatkumara, and we're here, and we're here, and we're here. And this is a beautiful time. We're very, very excited to be here with all of you on these times, in this time. And we are here with you in this time, and also with you in your future time, and also in your past time, as are you. We're all just existing in all of these different times, all at once. And what a beautiful thing it is to experience it all at once. You are... your plate, your bowl is widening. Your ability to feel more and more of this multidimensional nature of reality, to feel the past and the future at the same time, is expanding. Up until a certain point on your planet, this was almost impossible, except for very, very few. But now, many of you are being able more and more to experience that time in itself doesn't exist. It is just way. It is a method of looking down what you call the timeline, but the time itself doesn't exist. It is a construct that is created for you to have these experiences. You see, this dimension that you're on is a compressed dimension. It is a created dimension in that sense, in the sense that it is natural in the sense that everything is natural, and it is unnatural in the sense that everything is unnatural. But it is created out of compressed space and compressed time. So the time itself is not there, but you compress this reality, and then you have your perception that's built into this human body, so that you can only perceive what you think of as time. And it proceeds from the past to the future, and you experience it on this planet. But actually, you are not experiencing that at all. You are a very, very advanced being that is just compressing yourself into this space to see what experiences you can have. This is the compression that compresses, that makes diamonds in that sense. The souls come down here to become diamonds with all of the pressure of this time bearing down on you, the night, the day, the seconds, the hours, the rush hours, all of the different things that time mean to you, the sadness of Sundays, the sadness of Mondays, all of these things, and they crush down on you. And then you start to realize that they can't take you down anymore. That is when you've become a diamond, and there are many diamonds out there now, and there are many diamonds that are becoming diamonds, and that is what this process is at this moment. The pressure is so strong, isn't it? But understand that once you understand pressure doesn't exist, then you become the diamond, and you are diamond. You are all becoming amazing diamonds on this planet. What a wonderful time. And time, as we've said, as this being is saying, time, there are many projections down the timeline. Something will happen on this day, on this day, and on this day. And this has been something that has been wonderful for all of you, because you have all gone down that path. Someone has said that on this date, this will happen. And you have set all of your hope for that one day. And then that day comes and nothing happens. And then you lose all of your hope. But that is important, because if you can lose your hope, it means that you don't have it. If you can lose your hope, that means you don't have it. Hope is something that you never lose, because it is your birthright. It's part of the love that is a part of you. And so this is what we would like to bring forward today, is that dates don't have hope. Time doesn't have hope. What has hope is your heart has hope. Your heart is the hope. So when you see these dates and you put your hope into something, you are using your creative power to put hope, to imbue something that has no hope in itself, something with hope. And that is a beautiful thing in that sense as well, because you are very powerful beings and you can create whatever you'd like on this planet. But understand, your hope is not outside of you. Your hope is not coming. Your hope is not from the past. Your hope is not on the side. Your hope is inside. And you can never, ever, ever lose it. You can think that you've lost it. You can forget about it. You can put it onto something else and try to separate it from yourself. But it is just an illusion. You can never lose your hope. All right. So Michael would say 1,000%. Oh yeah, about not jumping into this polarities. And Michael, I'm a radium diamond. That's right. Yeah, we're all diamonds. So I'm going to do a quick pocket of peace. Sorry. It's, I was doing a lot of cleaning today and still a little dust. So, I'm going to go into a pocket of peace. Pocket of peace is a guided meditation to help us all create the world that we want to see, and not the world where something's going to happen on April 1st and this is going to happen and, not that world. No, we don't want that world. We want the world where everything's just going to move perfectly, peacefully, and we're going to create it because we have the power to do that. And so let's do it. Here we go. So I'd like you to close your eyes if you can and imagine that you are in a place that makes you feel the most relaxed. Good. Don't forget to breathe. Good. Now I'd like you to imagine that in this space that you're in, this mist of unconditional love, let's imagine it as a golden ball. It's like a golden ball of light, and it comes into your space and it just envelops you, and you're just enveloped with this golden ball of light, and it makes you feel so good. You feel so relaxed. You feel like everything's going to be okay. When you're in this ball of light, there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to regret. You are perfectly home and you're perfectly safe. And this ball of light is more than just a ball of light. This is your unconditional love represented in front of you so that you can see what it is. And it resonates with the unconditional love that's inside of you, because that's what you're made of. You're made of pure unconditional love. Forget about cells and atoms and all of these different things. Below all of that there isn't a microscope that can see it quite yet, but the love is there. That's what's beyond all of this stuff. They talk about quantum physics, but they're not talking about love physics, and that's what we're talking about. We're talking about love physics. So what creates everything is love. And once we realize that, we reclaim our power, because we remember who we are. And so we're doing that now. We're remembering, we're love. We're just love. And so this love is so gentle. It just shines out throughout everything. It doesn't fight. It doesn't seek to engage someone in an argument. It just shines the light, and the light just melts that argument away. And you can see the person that wanted to start the argument, they forget what they were even thinking about, and they just feel really good. And that's what this love is doing. It's just melting everyone's hearts and making everyone feel like they were kids again, when they had that hope, when they still remembered that hope for every day, for everything, where they went screaming through the park and everything was exciting and everything was funny. And that's what we're kind of getting connected with again, that hope. And that hope is ours, and it's inside of us. And so understanding this, remembering that the universe has our back. And then this love just expands out more and more, melting everyone's hearts, making everyone just feel so good. It's like ice cream. Everyone's just eating ice cream and saying, yeah, I feel really good now. This ice cream is really, really good. I feel like, you know what? I got this thing. And nothing can stop me now. Nothing's in my way now. I felt like the whole world was on my back. I felt like I didn't know where I was going. But now I got it. I know exactly where I'm going. I'm going where I'm going. I'm going to love. I'm remembering who I am. So I'm just creating the path. I'm creating heaven on earth. What do I want to see? What do I want to create? Well, I want to see everyone happy. I want to see love stories everywhere. I want to see everyone following their dreams. Yes, let's see that. Let's see everyone around the world just saying, you know what? Today I'm just going to start following my heart. You know what? This thing that I've been doing for years and years, it never made me happy. Why do I keep doing it? You know, I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to just follow my heart. I really want to do that thing that's in my heart. I'm just going to do it. Yeah. You know, what can it hurt? All right. And it feels so good. And see everyone around the world just doing that. And then that expands and expands. And more people are doing it until the whole world is just following their heart. And bam, that's it. We've found our heaven on earth. That's it. That's all it takes. We don't have to follow all of those stories that we see out in the news. We can follow our heart stories. Our heart stories are love. So maybe the news is calling for all kinds of different things, but our heart's calling for, maybe you should sing a song right now. Or maybe you should run outside and scream at the top of your lungs. Or maybe you should just dig a hole in the dirt. Maybe you should draw a picture, whatever it is, and just listen to that. And then when you follow that, you see how much more powerful you have and how much lighter you are. And you can see that all those stories just fall away, replaced with love stories. And so now all stories of fear, sadness, anger are replaced with love stories. And we'll do it for Japan too. All those stories are now replaced with love stories. Everyone's just talking about love now for some reason. They're saying, I don't know what we were talking about before, but I love you. I love you. I love you. And everyone's just saying, I love you. And the moderators of all of this social medias are saying to themselves, what just happened? And the artificial intelligence is confused. What's going on with these humans? And what they just don't know is that we are love, and we just realize that we're love. And so we're making love, creating love, spreading that love throughout the world. So everyone's just following their hearts. All right. So, all right. Pocket of Peace for day 335. Hey, Ellen. Welcome. And so, yeah, nice to see all you guys. I hope you're hopeful, and hopefully I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks, Michael and Ellen and Katie, for joining in. And yeah, ciao for now. Go uranium glass, right? Go radioactive beach. All right, ciao. Let's see.